Back to the eSports Report. Today we are taking a look at Envy from the previous finals matches. The last two times they've met up against Complexity. Complexity now rebranded as Evil Geniuses as they joined the EG organization. However, looking back at the two games you may have just missed. In the first game, 3 players from Envy going positive. Rambo held a little, negative. He drops 4 kills on the first side, 7 on the second side. Now something to point out here. On the second side, we saw 3 players, of course, the first side. Second side, we see Nameless go 20-17. Merc goes 12-10. But Study, 9-17. Rambo, 7-15. So Merc goes 12-10 with most captures. A lot of captures across the board for the rest of this team. However, no one has an answer for the slaying power over on Colt. We're going to go take a look at it now. After Envy picks up a Slayer in Parasite, a guy who is known for picking up more kills than he does deaths on average. He's not going to run the objective as much as a player like Rambo would. I want to see how does Envy match up in the same exact game type just a few weeks later. Here's the strike zone domination game from UGC Niagara in the grand finals, Envy versus Complexity.
You guys better be ready because this is about to get wild.
And I just want to point something out here. You guys saw there in like the 10 seconds we were watching, the players were just switching back and forth between teams. That's because, like, you know, Ace is a pain in the neck.
I'd like to point out that we have a hybrid scope AR here for Merc off the start in the strike zone. That's a little bit different than we're used to seeing, but here we are. TP was the last alive. He's taken out as well. That's going to be everyone down for the members of Complexity. We should see a quick BA control here for the members of Envy.
Yeah, and that's exactly why you don't want to use a hybrid AR on this map, is because there's just no way. Yeah,
I get why he did that because he wanted to hit the range.
Off the break, I get it, but I don't think we'll see that much.
He shouldn't have pushed in the bar with
3
it.
down here for Envy. Merc is the last alive. He is at least able to take out Ace. Also, no, not able to take out the other member there.
Yeah, and Merc's going to push up. He's going to be working in tandem with Nameless, and he's got to wait for help side here. There's going to be one. Now he's going to push it and has a go. Oh.
Yeah, that's not good.
Oh, God.
It's going to be 3 down, and Nameless is going to be off of the respawn here. So it's like he's going to be dealing with a 1v3 pretty much. Managing to win that one, but he is going to get taken out over by the bridge. Study now making his way over towards C as they have a control, but they can't quite get their bearings together and moving into another flag.
Yeah, just over a minute through this first one, and yeah, it's going to be 2-cap control here for quite a while for Call. It's already going to let them get out to a 10-point lead. We are on with Study. He's got 2 to his left. He's going to get shots on 1. Nope, teammate takes him out.
Let me pose a question to you guys. Do you think if they didn't have Mr. X at this event, they could have made it through this loser's bracket run?
Wow, good question.
Yeah.
Oh, that actually, I did not expect that one. Yes, I do. I do think he helps greatly. You know, honestly, I don't know.
Well, you have to think about it like this. A lot of the communication that they had with X, I mean, granted, yes, he's behind them, but at this point, what he's doing for them is he's just being motivational. He's literally repeating all the trash talk that they're saying and just keeping them focused on the game. And I get it, that's an impact.
Obviously, they won champs without him. But when maybe they came out a little not really hyped, not enough energy, and that's kind of why they had that upset happen. Part of it, at least, having him there through that open bracket run, or no, sorry, the loser's bracket run is certainly a big piece. But as we hop back to the gameplay, that was 3 down for Envy. Merc is going to be the last one alive here, and he's able to get B. But as you look at the minimap, it's going to be AC control here for the members of Complexity. Let's see if they can get on the trap.
20-point lead here for Complexity. Merc has his work cut out for him here, as there's going to be one guy on the catwalk, another guy pushing through Pro Shop. He's got his eyes on that. He's not going to see the guy coming from behind him. That's going to be Krim, and TP gets a 2-piece, stopping them on C. That is huge.
Yeah, pinning them inside, and they're just going to get stopped at the staircase, the front door, and as well as the back door. I mean, at this point, they have a lot of work in front of them, but they managed to be able to take out 3 members of Complexity, so they got to just make a play happen here.
What an odd stat line for TP before he died. He was 6-2 with 3 caps. Look at everyone else on the board. It's like 11 deaths, 11, 12, 8, and he's got 3 caps and 3 deaths right now. So not really sure how to explain it, but he's really getting it all done right now for the Complexity side.
Yeah, that's Teep right there in a nutshell. The guy is incredible. I mean, not only does he have a voice as smooth as silk, but his skills are as vicious as a chainsaw.
3 down for Envy, though. Yeah. Merc taken out as well. That was all 4 down. They're going to keep control here as we go under 2 minutes. This lead just continues to climb. It's going to hit 30 here soon.
This is just complete Complexity domination, man. They have B and C control.
30 points.
And TP, the best part about this is, yes, he's watching the flank, but if anything happens, he's also goes on a flank with this. Look at this. He's going to be able to catch all the Envy members on a rotation, Even though he was taken out, still a great play by him.
And I just want to point something out here,
Go ahead,
by the way.
all you, sir.
I just want to talk about Aches real fast. 19 and 10. I mean, getting 3 kills there in that play was just absolutely phenomenal. He gets 20 in this one. We got 1 minute left on the clock, Maeve, and just Aches' performance has been the difference maker.
Yeah, and I
here.
feel like all we're talking about is complexity right now, but there's a reason. They're up 31. They've been in complete control from the get-go. Parasite with another 2-piece, but it's really not going to be enough. Oh, nice 2-piece there out of Aches as well.
Let's switch over to Envy and see what's going on, see what they're going to do for this next minute, and try and see if they can get themselves back into the game here as Crim6 and Patrick manage to take out 2 members of Envy.
Well, the key to Envious to win this series is definitely going to be Nameless. Nameless, if he can unleash himself against, this complexity squad, we know he can hang with them. He just needs to just get over this mental block.
We need the Zeus.
I was going to say the same thing. You stole my line.
I apologize, but we are getting down to the final 20 seconds here. It's going to be a 25-point lead currently for the members of Complexity. We're on here with Handsome Merc. He's going to be able to pick up 1 and put a little pressure here on C, but too little too late as we're winding down this side 1.
Holy hell, Aches is on pace for 50 kills. Make that 52 kills. 26, 27, and 13. Are you kidding me? That is how you make a statement.
All right, so that first side, not any prettier than what we saw at COD Champs for Envy. Everyone on Cole going positive, everyone on Envy going negative. At the very end there, you're going to see Merc 9 and 12, 14 and 17 from Parasite. Nameless, who was their stud, he goes 11 and 17, and Studdy is held to 10 and 20. So a rough first side. Cole doing a great job again, giving up B, controlling the outside flags. We're going to take a look at what went down on the second side. Keep in mind a big stat difference from when they were playing at COD Champs to at UGC Niagara. Aches' performance in that side 1, Aches went 27 and 13, definitely hurting the stat line. Here it is, side number 2, strike zone domination with Parasite now on Envy.
Parasite, much different player than that, so they're gonna have to get used to that.
Yeah, but the other thing too, though, well, I don't know if I agree, because I do agree Rambo's a very fun player, but Parasite is 12.
Yeah.
I mean, he kind of is like a Rambo 2.0. To say, in my personal opinion, I feel like he's just a really smart guy, and he brings that skill to the table. It makes sense. It was a necessary fit for them. He can help them out, tell them what they're doing wrong, and then of course you have Merc there as the captain. It makes sense. This is the building block to an incredible team.
And off the break there, if you did see, basically they capped A and 2 push right through Pro Shop to put pressure on Envy's home cap at C. They were able to take that, but at the same time, Envy did cap B. They are taking control of A, and they are going to get an early 2-cap control, which they're going to need to hold for quite some time to climb back in this one.
Yeah, and the crazy thing was here is Parasite was all by his little lonesome here at bar, and he was able to take out 2 Complexity members, make that 3, and now Merc really starting to heat up here. 3 and 1, Parasite 5 and 1. That is exactly what you need from these guys.
What was the total in that first game, by the way? It was about 25 points, if I'm correct?
Yeah.
Okay.
25.
Okay, great. I hope we're right.
I was glad the question didn't come to me because I knew it was 20-something.
I just literally lied, but I said it with confidence.
Confidence. So we're going to believe it here. As
24.
We do have 2 down here from Complexity. Hey, you're very close, Scott. But on board with Nameless. He's trying to push down the main steps, getting shot in the back. Weak and taken out there by Aches, as Aches does pick up a big 2-piece. Parasite, the last one alive for the members of Envy.
And I got to point out, Parasite's playing pretty good at the start here, 7-3. Unfortunately, he is going to get taken out there by Aches, but still, he's having a good run here at the beginning of the game, more so than the rest of the team. Nameless, on the other hand, like you said before, Maven, Zeus has to be unleashed, and that will be the difference maker here for Envy to be able to come back into this game.
Well, they were starting to climb back. They had that 2-cap control. I think the lead extended to as much as 11, but we did see members of Complexity lock down B. This is going to be a big battle here in Bar as they're trying to fight over control. Parasite able to get it. This fight outside. Oh, look at this push. I love this. So aggressive. Did he get both?
No, just got 1.
He did not
and that is crazy. I mean, Complexity now, I'm surprised they actually didn't go for the flip and go for C based on these spawns here, but I'm curious. Oh my God, Nameless is starting to heat up, but now this is scary because if you look at your minimap, Envy's going to be spawning all over C, and that's where Complexity can kind of have their way with them.
Yeah, I mean, obviously, Complexity, they're masters at manipulating. They're master manipulators at the game itself, and it's just knowing how to work together as a team. I mean, that's just, again, it's about that core three and their relationship.
That sneaky little hobbit was just laying down in the kitchen. What a cute little guy.
All right, well, as you all know, we are talking about Karma. That's, I believe, Scott's 42nd Hobbit reference for our
never given
friend up. Karma. But that is going to be 3 down for Envy, only 1 down here for Complexity. So we're going to see a move for control here for them as we hit under the 2-minute mark. It's only a 3-point lead here for Envy, and this is just, they have so much work to do to catch up in this, so I think they're going to have to start pushing the 3 cap now.
I don't know. I don't know if they're going to have to just yet. I mean, obviously, well, yeah, actually, they got to get a flag first. They got to get 2 flags before anything and not, give up those kills more so than the 3 cap. But I do agree. You're right. Now is the time. So I kind of eat my words.
Yeah.
Time goes by faster than you might think, Alex.
Yeah, especially because I talk too damn much. So I completely understand that one.
And TP just got stuck in a man-witch that is of Envy. And now Envy really trying to push on A, but they weren't able to do anything. And now look at this. Here comes a 3-man push through the closet. Crim's going to spot 1. And he gets outshot. And now Envy's looking to get B. Will they actually extend and go through for A? Complexity, though, they will know this. They will have 1 flag. I promise you that.
Yeah, well, yeah, they're going to hold this one down for as long as they possibly can because, again, they have that, plus 24 lead in their favor, so there's no real reason, no sense of urgency, if you will, at this point. If they don't get a 3 cap, they can't come back into this game.
No, this is over.
Yeah, it's over.
36 points you can get with a 3 cap in a minute, I believe it is. So that is going to be all she wrote here for this game 1 in the second best of 5 between Complexity and Envy. Complexity continues. I mean, other than Vex, which obviously took them to the limit, they haven't dropped any games.
No.
Yeah, well, they 3-0'd Optic Gaming, they 3-0'd Optic Nation, they 3-0'd Wild, and they just 3-0'd one set against Envy. Vex gave them the best run for their money. You guys are right.
It's partially just because Complexity, like I said, a lot of people don't understand that even though Complexity may not be playing, they are watching and they are taking mental notes as to how people play. And that is why they're so good. Because so many people in gaming are like, oh, I got to play, I got to grind. But you can also learn visually. You don't have to be kinesthetically learning at all times.
Well, the final second does tick off this clock here. Scott and Alex, this is fantastic. This TriCast,
I'm going to kiss you.
Okay, it got weird in a hurry, but game 1 does go to Complexity in pretty dominating fashion. The next game will be S&D.
All right, so that's what went down in the second side. So for the first time, Envy able to tie the game. Remember the first time they matched up back at COD Champs, it was 10 points, then 14-point difference. Here now playing with Parasite at UGC Niagara. They were able to get off to a nice little start. They kept it close throughout, and they were able to close the gap at the very end. Here's a look at our stats as we look at that second side. Karma, +4 for Cole. Crim 6, normally a big slayer, held at -3. TP, +3. And Aches, rather than going 27 and 10, held to 14 and 26. What was the difference? You got to look at Nameless going back to positive 15 and 13, and Parasite, he went big there in the middle of the game. He had a nice 5-point spread, finishes +2, but Study went from -10 to just -1. Meanwhile, Merc dropped down to -6. So, if I'm looking at this across the board, the caps are basically even. The kills are definitely a bit better as Envy was slaying better on that second side. You saw some nice 3-man pushes into the kitchen to retake B control, as well as from the closet over to B from Envy. They did it 2 separate times on that second side. So a little bit more organized, more kills, smaller score. Overall, though, they lose both of their strike zones. Complexity just the stronger slaying team. For me, at the X Games, if Envy wants to win domination on a small map like Strike Zone, it's all about getting the early kills, because the rotation is not an issue. Complexity will happily give you B, and they'll most likely try and run A and C, but it's so tough for them to stay consistent. Here's a look overall at your stats. You're going to see Merc, the second side, playing with Parasite, 16 and 25 compared to 25 and 23 with Rambo. Nameless, also taking a step back on the slaying side, while Study improves with Parasite. Rambo definitely having a negative 19 with 4 objectives traded in for Parasite's 22 and 33. So same opponent, a little bit different game as the guns are changed and a little bit of gun balance variation here. However, the stats still pretty similar if you add everything up. Slaying power from Parasite, not overwhelming, and you can see the second time playing against Cole, Patrick Price's 27 bomb really skewing those overall figures. So the objective, they got a lot more of it when playing with Rambo, but it wasn't necessarily from Rambo. Merc doing a lot of that dirty work as well, and I wonder, was it complexity strategy against them? Because Cole didn't seem nearly as aggressive on that second side of domination. After having a healthy lead, they might have taken a little step off the gas. So that's Dom. Honestly, overall, I can't make a decision. Was it better having Rambo? Was it better having Parasite on the squad? Honestly, I think it was just a team effort, and we saw a better team effort in the second side playing with Parasite. However, overall, both are weak when you compare them against Complexity. Up next, though, we're talking about Search and Destroy. In both series, they played on Freight. We'll talk about what happened both at COD Champs and at UGC Niagara with the 2 different MV lineups. We'll be right back.